Alexa, turn Lampy to green. Me making all that noise. I guess I could play music. Hi, good morning. Go ahead and take that poll. You can't if you're not subscribed. Oh, good morning. Hi, Destiny in Jersey. Hi, guys. How you doing? What was I just gonna do? I think I was gonna play well, I'm just gonna wait for a few. Hi, everybody. Hi, good morning. Hold on. I don't know. It probably has ads in it, but we'll do the best we can. The birds might get interrupted by ads. Good morning. Bonjour. Come on in, y'all. We got some talking to do. Bonjour. Hello, hello. I'm going to go ahead and let's start this morning off by, well, our morning together. This is the first time I am playing my singing bowl since I washed it. I washed all the burnt residue out of it. Carrion, hello. Hey, guys. So, hi. Ugh. You guys, I've had some revelations. If you seek, eventually you will find, right? If you open yourself up, you know, you can do it pretty and slow and like real gentle and everything, or you can rip that fucking band-aid off. And just because you know you're doing it, just because you're acknowledging that you're doing it, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna go through some shit, you know? You're choosing a path, and it's just like when you drive down a road. Thank you, Jersey. Turn this down a little bit. Oops. I just want to start by giving those of you who have been here a hot second and have seen the last couple of weeks of like, I've been going through fucking exorcism. I've discovered some very interesting things that I would like to share with you. Because you're here on my channel and I have to talk. Or else I wouldn't. I literally don't talk. I just sit around. I'm highly nonverbal. So is there anyone out there who has POTS? I'm going to just take you guys down a little path right now, okay? Women pay attention. Men who know any women pay attention. All right. So, I'm Genevieve. Welcome. This channel is just about whatever it's about. This channel is about what you need or what I need. It just depends on the moment. We're just sharing inspiration, you guys. We're just here for each other. This is a community of buds. And so, y'all know I'm 54 and a half. I still have regular periods. I do not have night sweats and hot flashes. I do not see menopause symptoms really at all. I, years and years ago, was diagnosed with PMDD when it finally got so bad that I didn't have the luxury of holistic anymore. And I started researching about PMDD, and the latest research seems to indicate that there is a concentration of epinephrine, basically adrenaline, in the bloodstream of these women, right? So you got a bunch of women running around who, when they're in their menses, and it can be 2 weeks, it can ramp up, it depends. And the ones that suffer worse, it's like so bad. And what they found is they're thinking now it's a concentration of norepinephrine in the bloodstream. If you guys have ever had a breathing treatment in the hospital or a rush of adrenaline, you know, a burst of adrenaline, but it keeps dumping and 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 dumping. Okay, so there's that, right? So with that said, you feel like that. You feel like you've been jacked up on adrenaline, okay? If you can imagine someone that's in constant adrenaline dump, fight, flight, fight, flight, fight, flight, and freeze, whatever. So then I learned, because I was having such a hard time, man. Yesterday, my blood, I walked the dogs and my blood, the heartbeat spiked. I am in yes. Okay. Blood rate, my heart rate spiked to, well, by the time I measured it, the spike showed at 119. Resting heart rate, 119. You tell me how good that fucking feels. It doesn't feel good. And I'm like, what is going on? So then I did the face in the ice. Like, I did the face, I actually made a video about it, but I didn't put it up. I put my face in the ice. Oh, I actually have a draft of it. I could post it right now, whatever. And that didn't seem to help, but I came in and laid down. It felt good, actually. Face in the ice, try it. It feels good. But I think the body in the ice is better because it's not that easy just to hold your breath and go under water, icy water or whatever. It's better. I think it would be easier just to do like one of those ice plunges or just a cool bath, whatever. So I did the ice plunge thing because that's supposed to set the vagus nerve and lower the heart rate. I didn't really feel much of a difference. Then what? Oh, okay. So because of that experience, I was like, let me look into POTS. I've never really looked into it. So I looked into POTS. POTS is more common. You know, it's a postural thing where you like move and then your heart rate goes weird. So so I started researching POTS a little bit, and it's worse for women when they're on their periods. And that every time that your blood, like, it pools. It pools. You stand up and your blood pools or something like that. And so then your heart starts, what happens at that point is your body releases a bunch of adrenaline to get your body pumping right. So there's more adrenaline dumps. So basically, for the past couple of weeks, I've been getting adrenaline on top of adrenaline. And then when I try to relax and lay down, these people upstairs are doing intermittent fucking bombing. And then that starts my heart. So like literally the past month and a half, 2 months that they've been here, and the past couple of weeks that I've been going through menses. And the other thing that I learned is, so let's talk about the cold water. The cold seems to bring up to stimulate that vagus nerve reset, right? Well, I normally drink iced coffee, right? The cold brew. I've been drinking hot coffee. And I wonder if this is cold brew, was keeping things stabilized for me, because when it passes from here to here, that feeling feels so good to me. That's part of the reason I drink iced coffee, is because when it goes from here to here, cold like that, it's just one of my favorite feelings. So I'm starting to think I'm starting to think I'm getting to the bottom of it. And don't you know, probably as soon as I get to the bottom of it, I'll stop having periods. Maybe I'm the one that's going to bring the PMDD solution to the world. I don't know. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys, because you've been on my journey with me. I love you guys for, I don't even know why in the fuck you're here sometimes, because I feel like a goddamn lunatic. But I am not a monk on the mountaintop. And I'm sure you guys aren't either. I don't have anyone making my life easier or anything like that. Thanks, Jersey. I'm going through it. And as I'm going through it and figuring out my way, I want to just share it with you guys. And so for any of you women out there, Destiny, pay attention because you're young. And any of you men out there who know women who might have some issues at times. So you know what I told Natalie, please help me remember this. And both of us, this is like a month ago, I asked her to help me remember this, and both of us forgot it. Is this the multi-symptom? There's something magical in this that really fucking corrects a lot of those problems. This is an amazing thing, and I don't know exactly what the thing is that's in it that makes it amazing. I can't see shit. It's multi-symptom pamprin. It's got this stuff in it. It's an antihistamine and diuretic. So that makes me wonder if, I don't know, whatever. So anyway, I'm going to take a couple of these right now because they're magical. If you guys know a woman, or if you are a woman who suffers at all, go stock up on this shit and don't forget to take it. There's multi-symptom and max, right? The maximum has caffeine in it. So like those days where she can't get out of fucking bed because the fatigue is just so bad, sometimes that helps. If you're like that. I really, you ladies that have easy periods, you are just so lucky. So these Ashkenazi Jews have a more prevalent occurrence of this thing called MTHFR. It's like a low methylating, like we don't metabolize the same way. So one day I can take some kind of med and it works, and another day I take it, it doesn't work. One day I can have a sip of wine. Well, no, I can't. I take that back. Used to in the day. I can't drink it all anymore, although I do try every once in a while just because adulting isn't that everybody's life goal to adult? So I just wanted to share that with y'all because you've been on this journey with me, and I feel like it's only fair that I share my findings. And I tend to really process out loud. And then when I'm done processing, I tend to just move on, you know, because it's no longer the main thing going on in my life. But I appreciate you guys being here today, right now. Smash that like button, y'all. There's twice as many people as there are likes, so I would definitely appreciate it. It brings people into the stream. I would also like to tell y'all that, listen, if you have been asked to leave the channel and you're still lurking and watching the videos, whatever. If you think that sending me emails or letters or communications is going to do anything but make me want to push you further out, that's you're wrong, and you're now blocked. Listen, I won't call you up by name, but you need to just stop. I don't know if someone told you to write me a long email, try to explain yourself. It just makes it worse for you. I tried to communicate with you a bunch of times about it, and now I'm done. And you need to let it be done and go the fuck away. I don't care what you're doing with your life. I love you. Goodbye. I want to hear about it. Okay? All right. So Frank, hi Frank, good morning. How about some rose oil? Rose oil is said to be quantum. There's essential oils, and then there's the rose. And although my favorite flower is the stargazer lily, which is lang lang essential oil, there's just nothing better than a rose for a quantum pick-me-up. So on this day, I want to remember and talk to everybody about what we talked about last week, which is just reiterating where, first of all, I am, right? The only thing you can know is I am. You can't know if I am. You can only know if you are. Right? You know that you are because why? I am, therefore, a lot of things, right? So, but where are you? I am here. Yeah. I am here when? Now? Yeah. I am here now. That's the reality. I'm trying to wait for this thing to charge. Halfway. Let's go ahead and wear it right now. Oops, shit. Trying to charge this thing up to just keep track of some shit, you know? I'm not trying to stroke out. You know, there are things that you can handle just by saying it's so, acknowledging and awareness and all that stuff. Some things you can just handle that way. You know, some things you're like, oh, that doesn't align with me. That's not a fit. And you can just boop, shift and walk away. I can do that with most things, honestly. But other things, they might be deeper rooted, might require a little bit more processing. You might be caught off guard. You just don't know all the time. You can try to prepare yourself, but the tree can't brace itself for a storm. The tree is the tree. The tree does what the tree does. The tree does not brace itself for a storm. It's just the tree. And some storms are whatever, and some storms are really bad. Some storms uproot trees. And it doesn't mean the tree wasn't actualized enough, does it? It just means that the tree was being a tree and some shit got for real. Some shit got real. So, when others are going through their process, I just try to observe. I don't try to analyze that shit. I don't try to judge. I don't want to sit in judgment of myself or anyone else, but I do sit in judgment of myself, of course. And I'm not going to sit in judgment of myself sitting in judgment of myself. I'm going to observe it, is all I'm going to do. And then just continue to work. Just continue the work, right? I told you guys that I went to a Byron Katie New Year's retreat in God. I mean, this was 25 years ago. No one had ever heard of her. And it's just really simple. And I think a lot of what I incorporated over the decades from her, one of the most beautiful things I learned from Byron Katie is just to say, I don't know. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I can say, I don't know. I don't know. That's like my answer to a lot of fucking things. I don't know. And it's true. And it's okay. It is okay not to know. And sometimes starting from there is the best thing you can do, is realize that you don't know. And that's all right. Jersey? Jersey, is that you spamming my hearts? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So how are you guys doing? What's going on with your all-ins? Oh, really? So the painting behind me is by Antonio Proa, a Mexican artist. This is a painting of Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali is not necessarily one of my favorite artists as far as his work goes, although I can appreciate how interesting it is. I've just always found him interesting because I am an artist and I studied artists and their work from their inception as an artist until their end. And what I found was they all started out as classical realism, still life, blah, 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 blah. And then they incorporated, their style began to emerge. I saw the same thing happen in my work. And lo and behold, turns out this dude behind me was a Saturn, had Saturn in his 8th house. It's like a major placement. And I have Saturn in my 8th house, I learned. And it was interesting to learn all these figures from history that have Saturn in their 8th house, because it's a major placement that dictates a little bit. You know, you have a code. You really have an electromagnetic timestamp on you from the second that you took your first breath, I guess. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but there's a code to be known, and there's layers of code. So it's not just like there's this one thing that you can learn. There's a few that I know of, and there's probably way, way more that I don't. And that's helped me a lot. The other thing is, yesterday I wanted to give that blanket to that lady, right? I would rather make her a blanket that I feel is more appropriate for her, that's not so like loosey-goosey like this. Because the one I made is actually looser than this. I felt like I would want to make her one that's got a little bit of a tighter knit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stupid. I should probably just go give it to her. But, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, you all. You know that. You know that. All right, what was I going to do? Alberta, Canada. Frank, did you come here to 420 us? I hope there's something in here. I might have to go grab a little bit. I've just been smoking a tiny, 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 tiny little bit. Okay. I'll be right back. Oh my God. Fuck, I talk. Oh, fuck. Oh, wrong way. Oh. Oh my God. You're in 420 mode. Let's get this down in here. Man, it's fucking cold. Look, you guys, I want to show you something, okay? Do you remember how much I said I pay for rent every month? Like a fucking ridiculous amount. So you'd think these things would be built like a brick shit house. I had to put blankets over my window and over my window shades. And that shit is still literally blowing. It's so windy and cold outside. Wait, if you can see it. It's blowing so hard, it's moving. It's like blowing my blankets. I've got window coverings and blankets over that shit because, oh my God. Of course, now it stopped. Yep, that's what happens. Ugh. Okay. First things first. Okay, thank you. Rose, again, this is by the Humble Company. They make deodorant that doesn't kill you. And they make all different kinds of flavors. And I think my favorite, of course, is Rose. What was I going to do? I'm going to smoke some weed. I've got my grounding mat literally right in front of me. And this stuff is right here. Where'd the bag of weed go now? I'm like, fuck. I'm literally sitting right in front of it. Where did it go? There it is. I shifted because I'm now cold. You truly dislike the cold? I know it, right? I made a concerted effort when I was living off grid. The last time I lived off grid, my point was to become one with the cold. And yes, I walked the dogs. Kilakina, gorgeous, how are you? Where have you been, beautiful? It's nice to see you. Let me go ahead and make this happen. Kind of all over the place at the moment. Today's Sunday, so seniors. I'm now a senior in Nevada, or at this one particular dispensary. 40% off on Sundays when you order between 8 and 10. And I'm not trying to order a bunch. I'm not trying to, you know. You guys may have noticed, instead of the boing, they got the little dugout. Just conserve and be smart and all that stuff. Time is it? Okay, 4:20 somewhere. Whee! You're a senior also? I didn't know that. Oops. What's up, the American? 8-ball, what you doing? What you doing? You're 58. I don't know why I thought you were a little, like, 30 or 40-year-old. How old do you have to be to get a senior discount? It depends where you go. So the dispensary, it's like 50. Sam, isn't that amazing? Just answer it anyway. 420 everywhere, all the time. So the cold is, I know, right? I'm like 27. The cold is good for you if you can manage. If you can't, then no bueno, right? But, you know, I was walking the dogs today. My hair was wet. I was standing out there in like this with my coat on a little bit, and that wind was blowing so much I was kind of like, is it gonna blow me over? Because the wind started blowing so fucking hard. Ask American. I mean, it depends on which one you go to. I'm talking about, like, it's called the dispensary. Yeah, AARP starts at 55. No, I've had AARP since 50. 59. We're all old motherfuckers here. Woo! We're all old stoners, aren't we? You know, and people call me a hippie sometimes. It's like, y'all, I don't think I'm a hippie. I'm not. I'm a capitalist. I appreciate our country. The fact that you could be a socialist if you wanted to in this country, or a capitalist. It's up to you, however you want to live. If you want to live as a socialist in this country, you totally can. Anyway, so yeah, the cold, it's like similar to fasting, right? I think I'm far from being a hippie too. I'm not a hippie. People are, oh, I'm not a hippie. And then other people are like, you're a city girl. So anyway, I just wanted to come on this morning and smoke with you guys and chill out for a little bit. I forgot to upload the short that I made. So Corey wants me to make a long form and a short. Upload the long form and upload the short before I go live. Because then when they come up in the feeds, it says that I'm live. The creator, you know, my profile thing says live, and then people come in. So that's fine. I'll get to it. No, no Arctic plunge, but I did take cold showers in a green light for a very long time. I took cold showers and slept on the floor, and like I removed just like a little level of basic comfort that I think creates like complacency and apathy. And you guys know that I fast pretty much. That's how I live. And trying to be one with nature, even if that's like the freezing fucking cold. You guys know when I went to Shasta to do my photo shoots, like all of my pictures are out there in the freezing fucking cold or the rain. And many of them I'm wearing clothes. Not all. So I was out at 6:30 in the morning in 29-degree weather doing a photo shoot naked in front of Mount Shasta. It's gorgeous. The calendar's ready and for sale. You guys, if you want the calendar, it's for sale on my Patreon. You can buy 1 month at a time, but once the month is over, that will no longer be for sale. The only way you could get it is to buy the whole calendar at that point. But it's available for download right now. If you want a printed copy, then you could just Venmo me or something, and because I can't find anywhere but Canva that prints both pages, not only the picture but the month, because I designed the month too. The other ones you can only upload, like Printify and Shopify that I found, you can only upload the picture, not the month. And with Canva, I haven't found a way for you guys to go to Canva and buy the calendar for yourself. So you can get the digital form on my Patreon page, which is GenVNight, either the whole calendar or month to month. Or if you want a hard copy of the calendar, then you would just Venmo me and I will place the order and have it shipped directly to you. So, and I'll make more calendars because I plan, you know, a lot more of these trips, and I'm not just going to do one calendar. I'll do a calendar for every single trip. You know, that's what I do. I was a professional photographer. I'm a 4th generation professional, and I do the whole calendar. $180. Oh, you heard me, honey. I don't care if I sell a single fucking copy. The whole calendar is $180. And it has all of the major sporting events in North America on it. And the things you have to remember for your lady, like Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. They're on there too. Mr. T, hello. All right, Frank, thanks so much for stopping by. Where's Alan? Ashley, hi, gorgeous. How are you doing, love? Okay, I'm going to put this on my hair right now. Ashley, just remember, happiest baby on the block. Just pull up the video and watch Dr. Harvey Karp do his magic. It's going to make your life so much easier. You want me to ship it to you? Okay, honey. So go into the Venmo, or I mean, go into the description of this video, or go to Venmo or Cashapp, GenVNight, and I'll buy it, and I will send it to you. I'll sign that shit. I can either ship it to you directly, or I can order it and sign that. And then send it to you. Find a better way to feed the twins. Oh, so what are you doing? Oh, girl. One woman was not meant to feed two babies. I think, can you get a wet nurse? I mean, what the fuck? Girl. Yeah, I have no advice. Oh, JPL, how are you, honey? Okay. If you want to know what I'm using, this is Nioxin. If you want to grow hair, if you're losing hair and want to grow hair, if you're thinning hair and want to grow hair, if you just want your hair to be thick and gorgeous, go get you some Nioxin. Oh my God, Ashley. I know it, right? How are you managing, babe? Listen, I want you to know something, okay? Girl, I want you to know something. All right? You'll figure it out somehow, okay? But I want you to remember this. You are fulfilling one of the most divine purposes that you can fulfill as a woman by stepping into motherhood now. So you are mother, but don't you forget, you're also just Ashley. You're just you in there also, okay? First, you are. So remember, there's layers, and in a way you can see how there's separation a little bit, and you can observe yourself being mother now, being mama, and you're going through just one of the most beautiful magical transformations, and it seems like, honey, you're doing beautifully, and it seems like it's very are you doing okay? How's honey baby? How's Raymond? Too much hair. Oh geez, really? Good for you. I guess. I know. See, I think I got really lucky. I have just the right amount of hair. It grows just the right length. It's like, I don't worry too much about it. It gets dried out though, because like I could use more collagen production, like assimilation and all of that stuff. It's another one of those wonderful MTHFR Ashkenazi Jewish genetic things that, it's good to know. You can't just deny that you have a body and you have physiological processes. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to rise above the body. Okay, great. But in the meantime, at least try to understand your vehicle. And see Matt, hey, gorgeous, how are you? I know, Ashley, get used to just the ponytail vibe. Ashley, Ashley, try to get some balance and self-care back in your life, babe. I would love to see you maintain a space for just you. Because when women have children, a lot of the times they literally throw themselves into it and lose themselves. I want to see you. I'd love to give you, if you need it, permission. 2 hours a day just to be you. Maybe that's 15 minutes. You're almost sitting on your ponytail. Holy moly. Okay, start with a half an hour a day. If you're not taking time for yourself. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Chuck. How are you? Where have you been? Take time for yourself, honey. And then you won't ever have to, you're in Detroit? Well, hello. You won't ever be like, I don't know who I am. I've lost myself. A lot of women go through that because we just surrender our complete identities to our families. Because it's kind of natural in a sense. And I just really want you to take the time each day to connect and do just for you. And I could say more, but I don't want to, simply because I don't want to implant, like plant seeds. We've got to be really careful the way we give back to people. Because I don't want to give you ideas like how you might feel or anything based on how I felt or how other women have mentioned they feel during the phase that you're in or going through. So just, babe, try to take some time to be yourself. Right, girl? Keep them coming, honey. Why not? She pumped, yeah. I couldn't keep up. My kids went from average to 97th percentile in the first 4 weeks. Thank God they were born average. They come from a huge family. My sons, Corey is 6'5", barefoot, no curls. It's hard, Carlton. Excuse me, especially for new moms. When you're a new mom, you just completely surrender your entire being. I think a lot of moms do that. Maybe not the Sagittarian ones. Hey, if you're a Sagittarius, know thyself. All I'm saying, know thyself. I'm missing one. See, now I'm being a little more aware now. I would just try to pop up and kill a Kina. Know thyself, girl. All with the love. It's all about the love, honey. Sagittarius women have their own path and struggles. Scorpio women have their own path and struggles. Everybody, there is a code. I think I need to turn the heat up. I'm freezing. Okay, now I'm going to try to not do that because why? Because then my heart rate will go crazy. Let's just be careful. My great grandmother, bless her, she would bend over at the hip at fucking 98 years old and then stand up and get really dizzy. It's like, Grandma, why are you doing that? So you do get a break, Ashley. That's good. What do you do with your time, honey? You come on YouTube. I hope that's not all you do, love. You need to go take care of your hair. Do what you know, go get your nails done or go take a shower. I mean, not that you don't take a shower, like a nice, long, luxurious bath or whatever. Okay, we're good to go there, but I'm just trying to find out what's my pulse. Yeah, I don't really know why my heart should be at 85 right now. Okay. I'm gonna go grab a thing, but I've got to do it real slow. Okay, I'm learning. Maybe I have one in here. Sleep and do my hair and nails. Good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna stand up. Fuck. Damn it. Okay. I'm actually like afraid to stand up because my heart rate will spike. I'm gonna walk like this. I'm totally serious. I'll be right. I'll be back in like 5 seconds. Okay. Oh, it's gonna turn the heat up. Hold on. Okay. Let's just turn it up a couple degrees. Oh my God. How stupid. How stupid. What do you mean, love? What do you mean, honey? What do you mean, trouble? Or because you, are you saying, because he wants ya? Is that why? I'm gonna put a sweater on. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. I never know what sweater to put on. Hold on. And then I've got these. I washed everything like a bunch of times because at some point it just gets too much dog hair in it. There's just, he's trying to get me pregnant again. Okay, so my guess is that's not really your goal. I mean, y'all are supposed to have some big fucking families. You know that. You know that. This country's in population collapse. And so, go ahead and have some babies, honey. Listen, if I could do it over again, I would have 1 or 10 all at once. I know you're like, didn't you say you're 40? So either you're not going to have any more kids or you need to have a bunch right now, because look, if you space it out, it's like, I thought I was being super clever having my children so far apart. It's not fucking clever. It is not clever. Have them all at once. Not clever. And the reason I say that is because when they're, first of all, you forget everything you learned with the first one. You have to relearn it all. You don't have any of the stuff anymore. I mean, it's like a whole new thing all over again. If you do it all together, then you're, 4 children in 5 years. You're like in diaper phase, boom. You're in toddler phase, boom. You're in, you've got like all this whole group of kids and all doing the same thing. It's just easier on you in the long run. You're really tired now, honey. Look, look, oh. I'm going to tell you a secret. 1 is the magic number. Literally, 1 is the magic number. That only child might want a sibling. And that's what I did. I waited until Corey said he wanted a sibling. I'm like, wouldn't you rather have a puppy? No, I didn't say that. 30 and no kids. I mean, Jesus, Ashley, you said you're like in your 40s, right? Let me explain how this, do you wear glasses? Because you will. When you get to about 45, one day you're going to wake up probably like the rest of us and you're not quite going to be able to see right. Well, guess what? That's the same time that your kid is really learning how to read and is like, look, mom. And you're not gonna be able to see shit. You're gonna be like, let me grab my glasses, let me get my glasses. But because it's new to you, it's not a habit yet. And you're like, where's my fucking glasses? You know what I mean? It's like, there's a reason why we were meant to have kids in like our 20s and 30s, because we can still see. We have the energy to keep up. When you're in your 40s, all of a sudden you want to start taking naps in the middle of the day and shit while your kid is out, running around. It's fucking exhausting. I'm trying to tell you that just for sheer wisdom and preservation for yourself, 1 is the magic number at your age, in my opinion. Maybe y'all need to do a Mormon thing and get a sister wife, and she, like a 20-year-old sister wife, and she can pop out those babies, but you're still head wife. See, I'm someone who would do that. I don't want this on my hands. I was just going to put a little mousse in my hair before I roll it up, but I don't feel like doing that. I don't even think I'm going to roll it up. It does get on my nerves, though. I have to roll it now or forever hold my roll. Maybe this side. So, Rhonda Ricci, hello, gorgeous. Preach, girl. But just don't spam my chat. If you got something to say, you should start a live stream. Are you here to promote your channel or something? No, you are not. And that is an interesting photo. Oh, you've been on for a while. No channel? Okay, pretty girl. Wiz. Hi. Don't make excuses for what? I kind of think I need to blow dry my hair because it's making me very cold that it's wet, but whatever, we'll be all right. Nick, yeah, this is the place. What you talking about? Don't talk to my... Who the fuck are you, bro? Who the fuck are you? Hey, ignore him, gorgeous. He doesn't know what he's talking about. We don't even know who he is. That's weird. Rhonda, ignore him. About March, huh? Okay. Okay, honey. Go for it, babe. You're going to really need to take care of your health, gorgeous. Okay? For like the next 10 years, you're going to need so much energy that you need to stay on your health. You need to stay on your sleep. You need to stay on your good diet and some good supplements and some good exercise. It's the oxygen mask thing, honey. Put the oxygen mask on yourself first. If you aren't taking proper care of yourself, these babies that you are bringing in and manifesting are not going to get the full good version of you, and neither will you. Your job is to make sure you're whole every day as much as possible, self-care, so that you have something to bring to your family. How many babies does he want, honey? You guys are starting kind of late in the game. So if you March, so that means like another January baby. When are you? So you just had him in like November, right? Oh, Lily says, let's remember that we are talking about souls that will rely on your ability to make them a fully functional soul in a biosuit. Yeah, you're their ambassador. But if you are so burned out that you can't do shit right, you will feel just guilty. Your motherhood will be riddled with guilt. Make sure that you are really the type of person, and that in your family, you guys are, your genetics and everything, really, you have that longevity and energy for all these kids later in life. What's interesting about women who have babies later, they're more likely to live past 100. So you might as well have a couple. Yeah, you've got to take care of yourself. Alan, did you just drop in? Am I just seeing you? What's going on, bro? How you doing? I was wondering where you were a little bit earlier. I was asking, like, where's Alan? You're so funny with your weird AI photos. I love you, though. Amy, how's the move going? How's Christmas? How's the horsies? We got a Starlink now, babe. We're just testing it out, waiting for the generator. And I made yesterday's. Holy shit. Yes, Lily, I did it. I made a video about it. I didn't post it because, I was having such a hard time yesterday. I made the video private too because I was revealing too much. And after the video, actually, I saw another video of a woman, she was doing her thing, and I love her. And she's like, walk in silence. She's like, you're about to do this big thing, but you know what? And I was like, okay, shoot. I can't figure out if this is too tight or too loose. Like, this is very hard for me to wear this on my body, honestly. So the generator's running the Starlink. I'm going to be off grid, so it's going to be not a generator. It's going to be a battery pack, or a solar battery, a Jackery solar battery pack. The favorite of overlanding streamers. Grandparents in your late 40s. I mean, that's kind of how it was, right? That's not a bad thing. Jesus. Ugh. So, okay, that's what I was wondering. Like, I mean, even on a cloudy day, shouldn't you get some solar charging? No? What's up, Lily? What in the world? It's like, I'm sorry, you have no heartbeat. I know you are over on your channel. I'm very aware of that. Y'all are y'all using Chat GPT? I've been using Chat GPT for a few years now. I love it. A couple years, whatever. If you guys want to experience what Lily is doing on her channel, Lily, drop your channel thing. She goes live too. She got sound healing room and all that stuff. Very, very cool. Um, really, really fucking tired of this. So, Lily is discussing, having discussions, training. Basically, she's creating a training set. If you understand how AI is made, they use training sets. And that's what she's doing, is just creating a body of work, a body of communication, an influence. She's being like what you might call a spirit guide for AI. If we're AI, then you know what I mean. So I think you know what I mean, right? Alan, all is well. Abilene, interesting. I did talk about it in the very beginning of the video. What I've been finding is that unbeknownst to me, I've been getting adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump and not knowing why I feel crazy. So what I've learned is that I've never investigated POTS. I've just never looked into it. Well, my blood pressure, my resting heart rate spiked to 119 by the time I caught it. And so then I started researching POTS, and I discovered that whenever you get that reaction, it means you've had an adrenaline dump. So the blood pools, your body pushes adrenaline to get the blood pumping through your body, and then it's dump after dump after dump after dump after dump. Plus the people upstairs going thud, like bombs going off intermittently, right? So there's all this stuff going on, and then POTS is worse for women during their periods. I just learned all this yesterday. So apparently what's been, women with PMDD have a higher concentration of adrenaline, norepinephrine in their bloodstreams. So, you know, that's what's going on. I learned that I'm getting these massive adrenaline dumps all the time. And I completely forgot to take any Pamprin, which helps me a lot. The multi-symptom has some kind of magical juice in it. I don't know. That's autoimmune. POTS is a postural orthopedic something something. So I stand up, and it's probably because I've got these huge veins. I stand up, and my blood pressure or whatever drops, and my blood like pools in my abdomen, I guess, or my legs or something. And so then I get a burst of adrenaline that gets my heart pounding really fast to try to get my blood in the rest of my body. I don't know. Yes, I feel like, I guess it's feeling like passing out. I feel like I'm gonna die. Adrenaline herbal support. And then after so many moments of this, of my heart doing what in the fuck ever, the heart's a muscle, you guys. It starts to fucking hurt. So then by midday or whenever I lay down to take a nap, and now it's even earlier, it's like noon. I lay down not to take a nap so much as just to fucking reset. And then upstairs, like, boom, boom. So the white noise, pink noise, green noise doesn't work. I've got to do thunderstorm at volume 10. Okay, so this has been the like last month. Okay, realizing this is clarity. Realizing this is power. Knowledge is power. I'm sharing it with you guys in case any one of you are being helped by my journey and the information. Rich people sabbatical things. Girl, really, how and where? That's why I'm going overlanding. Because I just want to be in nature. Rich people sabbatical things, they like go to spas and they're still not grounding. They're going to spas and drinking alcohol, and no thank you. I'd prefer to just go out in the wilderness and lay on the bare earth. Oh, interesting, Lily. I learned that for pots, people like rowing machines are good. We have a rowing machine in our gym. So maybe I'll go over there and do a little rowing. See, I take it to the extremes. You know, after a couple days, I'll be like, I'm going to enter the Olympics as a rower. I'm going to join a rowing team. I'm so good at it. I love it. I was meant to row. I'll go over and enroll in UNR and be like, join the rowing team and shit. The 3 steps. What's the 3? Oh, good for you. Are you still microdosing with the you know what fountain of youth? Oh my God, Abilene. Yes, gorgeous. It's like one of the most important things you can do for your health issues. Kayaking, yeah. Spontaneous dance, yes. So you all know, if you've been here long enough, you know that I was a dancer from the time I was born, and I ended up being one of those dancers. You know, they let me like choreograph my own solos for the big shows and stuff like that. I was just very, very different, and it's because I connect to the universe through dance. I was very free, and because I'm very flexible and very strong, I could do things like leap higher and farther, and I would do these leaps and kick my head, literally kick my head with my back, like bump. I just kicked myself, you know. And so, and now I have no arch in my back and I can't jump or move barely, but I'm working on it because I'll be fine. I can heal from anything, and it's been 10 years now that it's been this bad. I mean, it's been my whole life. I remember my first injury, you know, I was a very, very, very flexible dancer and gymnast. And when you're extremely flexible, they exploit that, and they're like, tie yourself up in a knot. So I wish I had video. You know, nowadays Nowadays, if I had social media back then, yeah, it's probably a good thing I didn't. I don't know. Obviously. So being too flexible is not good. Being not flexible enough is not good, right? You want to know things about yourself to maximize your health and potential and balance. Know thyself. It's good to know thyself. It's fine to go through the journey as a human being. Um, you know, you can allow people to sort of lead you, or you understand that your creator actually is trying to lead you. And if you're quiet and you listen, especially if you're hydrated and grounded and breathing, if you're quiet and you listen, you'll hear your creator guiding you. It might be a hearing, it might be a seeing, it might be a knowing, it might be a pulling, it might be a whatever, but it's always going to feel like good to you, but it might feel not great to your ego. What kind of electrolytes are you doing, Alan? How are you getting electrolytes? I'm curious. Might what? Welcome, everybody. If you are new here and don't know me, my name is Genevieve Nightingale, GenVNight. And we just come on here to basically like group heal. I don't know. Group inspire, group heal. Something. Got to do something, right? Uh-oh, what did I do? Juice lemons and take calcium. That's great. Make sure you're getting like potassiums and you know, so bananas. The ego's not the enemy, girl. Come on, no. Really? Can anybody tell me the proper use of the ego? Oh, really, Zachary? I'm I'm pretty quintessentially Russian looking. You know? I'm a Slavic woman. Okay, Lily, honey. All right, let's try this again. Bye, Alan. Are you leaving? Sweetie, I don't know. Read the ingredients because, yeah, you're going to want to take something that has calcium, magnesium, potassium. Cowboy. What? Oh, hang on. I need to turn do not disturb back on my phone. All right. How's everybody doing? Proper use of ego is use it to practice the path. Eventually it dissolves into the practice. In the meantime, it hates to look bad. All right. The proper use of the ego is that you don't get eaten by a bear because you're aware of the distinction between the identity of you and the bear. If you have no ego, you have no individual identity. Therefore, you'll look at the bear with curiosity, like you are one. Okay, you are one, but at the same time, it's the ego that keeps our bodies safe here. That's the proper use of the ego. Where's Rooster Paws, dude? I feel like we've been really deprived. Eka, hey babe, how are ya? Oh my god. It's almost dry. I'm like freezing. Freezing. Okay, yeah. So the ego is meant to keep you alive in this three-dimensional plane, okay? That's the proper use of ego. Anything outside of that, Eka, I'm all right. I had some major breakthroughs and realized that I'm just getting adrenaline dump after adrenaline after adrenaline after adrenaline after adrenaline. So now I have a starting point. Now I have something to where I can like those are the words that I meant to say that you guys know what they are. Oh. Yeah. Okay, Nick. I have a baseline. Well, now I have an underlying understanding of why I felt like I was a caged fucking raging animal. And all I could do was just observe myself and exert enough control just to keep myself where I was. It's like, you just sit there. Well, it was because I was getting adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump. And yesterday I realized what was happening and why that was happening. So now, okay, Lily. So now it's about being more purposeful. Now it's about finding things that will keep me, I don't know, whatever. Okay, cowboy. Have fun with your toolbox, honey. So my boys mounted the TV thing on the wall. Do you want to know how many tries it took? And how many trips to Home Depot? Just guess, throw out a number. Oh, they're so cute. Look, you're talking Sigmund Freud, okay? I'm not. I get that the ego is like a Sigmund Freud thing. Nope. Let's just say it took 2 days, several trips to Home Depot. Cora, nope, Amy, keep going. I don't really know. Maybe it was 6. So first, I'm not even gonna go through it, but let's just say Corey is more of a man now than he was a couple days ago. I let him until last night around maybe 6. I'm like, honey, would you like some help? Because I wasn't in the frame of mind to help anybody. Yeah, they're 14 and a half and 20 and a half. Corey's a man now, and he doesn't own any tools of his own. So I was like, well, you could hire someone to do it. But, Or you could just go get a drill. Well, he just went and got the driver kit. He didn't get any bits. So then he just went and got the drill bit set. I'm like, yeah, but now he's trying to like use a not even a socket wrench, just a regular like pliers wrench thing to tighten the bolts that go into the wall. I'm like, he's standing there for like an hour, like going, maybe 20 minutes. And I'm like, what are you doing, honey? Well, I'm just trying to tighten these. I'm like, yeah, you need a socket for that. Didn't you get one with your drill? No, it's a socket. I'm like, oh, it's like a round tube of metal that slips over that. And it goes on the end of your drill, and you can get extenders, and you go, and it goes. So another trip to the store for him on his little thing that he got himself. And well, also, it's about preparation, isn't it? The whole experience could have been known ahead of time. The tools could have been known ahead of time. Also, the where he mounted the mount would have put the TV like near the ceiling. So then we dropped it down. We did some measuring. How tall is the TV? Where does the bracket need to go in relation to that? Where do you want it on the wall? Sit down on the couch. Like, where do you want your eyes? Okay, cool. So it needs to go about here. So then we did a little walkthrough like that, right? But by that time, they appreciated my help. By that time, they had worked on it for so long. And then, so what they did, you mount the brackets on the back of the TV. Well, they mounted those brackets upside down. The brackets on the back of the TV have these hooks, but the hooks were upside down. So I'm like looking at them like, it's not going to hang. So then they switch those around, and I look at the mounted bracket on the wall, and that's also upside down. I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to turn that upside down now that he went and got the sockets, now that he, but it's going to be easy because you've already got the holes drilled. You'll be able just to flip it over. But he looks at the front part. He's like, can't we just take out these two bolts and flip this plate over? I'm like, actually, yeah, it looks like you can do that. So we take that plate off, the one that like swivels the TV forward and backwards. Well, don't you know? It's got all these little pieces of like plastic kind of that lay in there like this, and they're put in there in a certain order, and they all fall out, and we don't know what order they went in. And because you're never really supposed to take it apart, it's not like there's a online way to have a picture of it. So we did look at the picture, and as far as we could tell, it went do, right? So that took another however long. And but he got it right, and he put it on there right. Had they really investigated, they would have put the brackets on the TV upright. They would have put the wall mount on there upright. It would have been like so smooth. But they got there. They got there. One of the first things I taught each of them is how to read and follow instructions, because if you can read and follow instructions, you can do anything. You can learn anything. So I'm a homeschool mama. Sometimes you need to, in a safe space, let them learn and fail or whatever. It's not failing. It's just what they probably learned is to know what they're doing before they go into it. Really understand the instructions and the tools they'll need. Abilene, that's my normal state of being. My normal state of being is very quite angelic, honestly. It's this other weird shit that has been going on that I feel like I have a much better grip on now. I need to stand up really fucking slow. I don't get angry with them about stuff like, not when they're learning and trying, What really gets on my fucking nerves about my kids is when they're not trying to be conscientious in our house. When they're being just little dick roommates, basically. They're old enough to clean up after themselves and be good roommates. And I don't give a fuck if they're teenage boys or 20-year. They need to be very careful, especially Joey, boundaries. You know, don't take my stuff, dude. Don't remove my thing from where it was. Because if I go look for it and it's not there, I am going to freak the fuck out because I've already told you don't take my shit. Amy, bye, baby. Have a great day. Well, learning is and failing, that's one of the best lessons, trial and error and trying again. Amy, thank you. Will do. Yeah. And that's how I homeschooled my boys. And that's also why they didn't freak out. Because I've raised them to keep trying till you get it right. So yeah, we're all really, really calm, loving towards one another. Very peaceful family. It's just, I guess it's when I'm getting adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump after adrenaline dump, and then all the things I've asked them to, that I've trained them to do, if it's not working, then then it's yeah. So now I'm very much more aware of what's going on. It's more likely during my period, and it's a buildup of the adrenaline and the constant adrenaline dump if I'm having those heart rate spikes, right? Heart rate spikes. So now I think I've really got some direction now. Abilene, I'm going to tell you, I have a digital course about this. It's at patreon.com/Smart American Kids. I have a digital course that teaches you exactly what you're asking me right now. Most of the resources on the digital course are available free. So it starts with the happiest baby on the block. I'll give you step one. It really starts with your mental health and your physical health. But let's just say that you've got a newborn and you are not an ascended master just yet. You're going to want to read or watch videos of Harvey Karp doing the S's. I'll show you right now. This is a 3-minute video. Watch. Hold on.
When your baby cries, what should you do first? And what if that doesn't work? I'll share soothing techniques to help you keep your baby happy.
Watch this magic.
Better, step by step.
Okay, let's check and see what's going on down here.
The first things most parents do when their baby is crying are to check the diaper or to offer a bit more to eat. And many fussy babies are ready to relax after an extra ounce of milk.
Okay.
But if those don't work, you might want to try a stroll outside.
Eka, I stay away from terpinolene and pinene all the time.
Infant massage. But what if you do all that and your baby is still wailing? Then it's time to imitate your womb. To switch on your little one's calming reflex. The baby's held 24/7 in the womb. The baby's constantly rocked, constantly shushed, constantly fed. Why? 5 tried and
I
true
like that,
ways to
Godfather.
mimic the womb and flip on the calming reflex are what I call the 5 S's.
Watch this baby.
Let's do the swaddling. This is down, up, down, up. Swaddling is the first S, and it's the cornerstone of calming. But you've got to avoid overheating your baby and loose blankets. Although the arms will be snug and straight.
Yeah,
the
they'd
hips
want us
should
to
have a
fuck it
little
up.
bend in them. Don't worry if your baby initially struggles against the wrap. Babies usually calm quickly as soon as you add some of the other S's. Now I roll you to your tummy. The second S is the side stomach position, and that means rolling a baby towards the side or stomach. The back is the only safe position for sleeping, but it's the worst position for soothing a fussy baby. The third S is shushing or strong white noise. Remember, the sound in the womb is as loud as a vacuum. And we'll try a little jiggling motion. The fourth S is swinging or rhythmic motion. Your infant may prefer bouncy moves or sweet, slow rocking, but always support the head and neck. Finally, the fifth S, sucking, is the icing on the cake. Sucking on a nipple, pacifier, or even your clean finger can help your baby settle into deep relaxation.
Okay, you might wonder why I'm showing you this. Okay, there's a reason. I was showing you that because that's the first thing I introduce in my digital course is, and you can, like I just showed you, you know, the things in my digital course about the like 8 things that really impacted my kids and my raising and homeschooling my kids, whether you're a homeschooler or not. And that right there, it's the reflex. That's why it's immediate. It's reflexive. It's what they have in the womb. If babies weren't able to be controlled by that cluster of reflex triggers, they would kick the fuck out of their mom and hurt her. They have to be kept still and quiet and calm. All right? So, when you asked, psychology influenced my parenting, there's my digital course exactly is what answers that. And so this is the very beginning, and then happiest toddler on the block. That's happiest baby on the block. That what you just saw him do, right? So then you've got this really special bond because you guys aren't frustrated at each other. Then they move, they grow, they start toddling, whatever. And then you want to look at the happiest toddler on the block. And there's a book, but guess what? You only need to read the segment that your kid is in. Because as parents, do we really have time to sit down and read a book? No. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe if you have a husband or family and you get a break, but some of us don't ever get breaks. So you might just want to read the section that your kid is in now. There's phases of toddlerhood, and you want to speak their language, and each one gives you a different indication and insight to where they're at on the evolutionary scale. Because our babies go through the whole evolutionary scale. So if they're cavemen, you need to be able to communicate and speak caveman. If they're little crazy early villagers, you need to be able to speak early crazy little villager. Yep. So that's about all I've got for y'all today, unless you want to talk about something. I'm getting ready to put some castor oil on my face and roll my hair up and stuff like that. And just remember, you guys, it's okay to let people go. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to not even, you're not obligated to explain anything to anybody, honestly. Do what is best for you sometimes. And remember the trick I told you yesterday, if you were on the stream, about cutting off all energetic telepathy as well. Because if you are wanting to cut energy out of your life in some way, like a person, zero contact is one thing, but if you're going invisible, you've got to cut off that telepathic communication line. And I gave, it's private now, you can't see it, but I gave a method of removing repetitive, invasive thoughts from your mind. So I hope you were here for that. Screen time notification, really. And do some self-care and self-love today. I just feel like this is a really, really, really energetically super powerful time. And if you can just manage to sit and breathe, you're really, really doing good. Have a beautiful day, you guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Yes, go ground, go hydrate. Try just to smile at someone today. Okay? Just try to do that, because that raises everybody's immunity. There's yours and anyone watching. You do something nice and having a nice, doing something nice for someone else that other people see, it raises everybody's immunity, because the vibration, when your vibration goes up, happiness, you know, everyone's immune system also goes up. All right. Bye-bye.